seasons for week 5 in the NFC. First of all, I'll do the odds between Philadelphia Eagles and San Francisco 49ers. Philly Eagles are $1.71 to win, and 49ers are $2.28 to win. So that's the odds for the game. Now they go through the 49ers offensive stats. Offensive score per game is 31, which is high. And Philly is only 25.6, so 49ers are ahead in that. Yards passing total per game is 398.5 to 49ers, only 194.3 to Philly. So it's really a passing game for 49ers. Passing touchdowns per game is 2.5 for 49ers and 1.3 for Philly. So 49ers again. Interceptions per game is 0.75 for 49ers and 1 for Philly. So it's the 49ers again. Then the rushing game, 74 yards rushing for 49ers, 116 for Philly. So it goes to Philly, that one. Rushing touchdowns per game is 0.5 to 49ers, 1.3 to Philly. And fumbles per game is 1.5 to 49ers and 1.3 to Philly. So just to Philly we've won that. So mostly offensively, 49ers are winning at the moment. Then we'll go to defensive though. 34.25 points scored against them defensively per game to 25.3 for Philly. Then passing yards against per game is 313 for 49ers and 329 for Philly, so that goes to the 49ers. Passing touchdowns against per game is 2.5 to 49ers, 1.6 to Philly, so that's better for Philly. Interceptions per game is 1 for Philly, 0.75 for 49ers, so it goes to Philly again defensively. Yards rushing against per game is 99 for Philly and 168 for 49ers, so that's a big difference in there. Rushing touchdowns against per game is 1, and it's 1 for Philly as well. And fumbles per game is 1.25 for 49ers and 0.6 for Philly. So there, like the stats, that's the odds with Philly kind of just through like 49ers having such a bad defense kind of, and yeah, it'll just be maybe the turnovers that happen then, and be one this on the turnovers maybe, I'm not too sure. But said that's as good as I do, so with this week 5 game, let's get it started.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Two wide receivers will be looking to be #1 targets on the field in today's game. It's Garcon's 49ers going up against Jeffrey's Eagles. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look live there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Just a short time, both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the San Francisco 49ers. And we say hi again, one and all. Brandon Gaudin here as we count you down to kickoff. And I turn to my partner, that's Charles Davis. And Charles, I know even a former defensive back like you can admire some of the receivers in the game today. And Larry showed us a couple that are very likely to stand out in this one.
Man, it's hard for me to admit that I actually admire receivers. Their speed with their moxie and the way they go up and get the football, they can change the outcome of a game in an instant.
This will be fielded at the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. This is Brian Hoyer leading him out there, a 9th-year quarterback from Michigan State.
Playing a very run-heavy offense in Michigan State. Really wasn't allowed to be a featured passer, but really worked hard in the NFL. Undrafted as a free agent, found his way in the league, and continued to get better and better. A 16-15 career record as a starter heading into 2017.
They go play action here on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. And a quick look now at the offense for the 49ers.
Head coach Kyle Shanahan will bring a brand new look to the offense for San Francisco in 2017. They will rely much more on a zone blocking scheme, better timing patterns downfield, and a quarterback has some mobility both in and out of the pocket in order to try and improve on a 31st ranking in 2016.
First carry for Carlos Hyde. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. And the defense now for the Eagles.
In 2016, the Eagles showed that they were going to be aggressive on defense. A lot of man coverage and send the pass rushers after the quarterback. I don't expect that to change at all in 2017, but they are looking for increased play from their cornerbacks, trying to lock down some wide receivers.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Let's go! Green 39!
Hoyer off the play fake for Williams. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
And his 3rd year on is the punter Bradley Pinion to kick it away. Back deep is Darren Sproles. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now Sproles. Nifty move. And now running right through it. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia, they'll get set to go on offense, and they'll be led by Carson Wentz. And this Carson Wentz-led team, Charles, is right now the best team in the NFC, at least for the time being, 5-1 after the Thursday night win at Carolina.
And many were still arguing that Atlanta might be the best team in the NFC, but after their loss this past weekend at home to Miami, I would agree with you. You're looking at the Philadelphia Eagles trying to take charge of not only the NFC East, but the entire NFC, and they've got a big, big division game coming up. So they get to play Washington for the second time, already having beaten them on the road.
And Wentz has been on fire, 7 touchdowns in his last 2 games. Play fake to Blunt. Now it's Wentz. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. He got 29 yards that time.
Another big play by Alshon Jeffrey. I think his best days are ahead of him. I think he's ideally suited to help this young quarterback Carson Wentz develop.
He had 13 career 100-yard games coming into the season, and you know in the city of brotherly love, they're hoping for more.
Yeah, just think about Alshon Jeffrey, the catch radius and the ability to make plays downfield against smaller defensive backs.
Fresh set of downs here. Now a play fake. Wentz. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Quickly now a look at the Eagles' offensive starters.
Darren Sproles is the active leader in receptions by a running back, but he can also run the football inside and to the perimeter. Has fantastic moves, quickness, vision, and strength when he tries to pull away from tacklers. And then you throw in his kick return ability, where he's gone to multiple Pro Bowls in that position.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Working from the gun. Wentz. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. So now on is Caleb Sturgis for the Eagle field goal. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. And the first 3 points of the night belong to our home team as they get the field goal on the game's initial drive.
A good, solid drive. It didn't wind up in the end zone, but that's okay. You've got something positive on the board, and you got the early lead.
Now it's Sturgis converted on the field goal. Now he'll send this one away on the kickoff. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the offensive starters for the 49ers, and mentioned earlier C.J. Beathard now the quarterback. And this side, they could use a jolt. 0-6 for the first time in 38 years.
Yeah, what did they say? The first team in NFL history to lose 5 consecutive games by 3 points or less. So that doesn't help in terms of being a moral victory. No one cares about that in the NFL. But to me, it does show progress with this team. I think new management, new head coach, they're going to be dangerous in a little while.
They start the drive with Hyde. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
They run it again with Hyde. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Well, after what we just saw, we know that with 3rd down coming up, this is not a gimme for the offense. They've got to figure out what they want to do. Do they challenge their offensive line and try and run it? Or do they go ahead and concede that this is a tough defense and put it in the air?
They'll try and run for it. This is Juszczyk. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
The drive starts with a handoff to Blount. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
So under the category of, while it can't be us because we're not that good, but could you imagine if this was you? LeGarrette Blount, his first 1,000-yard season since, what, 2010, his rookie year, and 18 touchdowns in the regular season, and no longer with New England.
He is over 30 now. He turned 30 in December. I don't know if that played a factor, but yeah, such a productive year, and then he's gone.
Well, that just tells you this. Now he's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder trying to prove something.
They'll run again with Blount. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. And the 49ers on the defensive side of the football.
As we took a look at the San Francisco 49ers defense heading into 2017, you knew they needed big-time upgrades all over the place. And when Solomon Thomas was still available, after the 49ers traded back from number 2 to number 3, they couldn't wait to get him. Dominant run defender, excellent speed in rushing the passer, and has a nose for the football. And his game got better and better in 2016.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. And they'll go Wentz to Blount here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. Wentz going to give this one to Blount. Room to run inside the 40. And he's brought down. 16 yards there. 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another first down. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. And once again, they go with Sproles. And able to work his way down to the 16. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now a carry for Blunt. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Again, here's Blunt. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. LeGarrette Blunt, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
A close call here. Did the ball cross the plane? I don't know. From the naked eye, this was tough to tell.
Always difficult when there's such a tangle of bodies around. You're just trying to find just a portion of it cross the plane of the goal line.
After reviewing the play, the running on the field is reversed.
First down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. They lost 4 there, and it's third down.
With Navarro Bowman, we might as well just call him the comeback kid. I mean, he keeps battling injuries, coming back, and continuing to play at a high level.
Through those injuries, 3-time Pro Bowler, and a bright future still ahead of him, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. And he's the guy that they're going to turn to really set up this defense and have them start to play well, play at that NFL-style level.
Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal. To throw is Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So now on is Caleb Sturgis for the Eagle field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So that scores now in their first 2 possessions, but it's 6-0, probably not the kind of scores they were hoping for.
No, not at all, but I think that they've shown that they can have some success against this defense. So they'll go back to the sideline knowing the points are going to be there for the taking.
Now it's Sturgis converted on the field goal. Now he'll send this one away on the kickoff. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Here's Hoyer. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one. Came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach and incomplete. 2nd down now after the incompletion.
I got two. Single. All right, here we go. 3-19.
Hoyer. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
Here we go now. Green, 35.
play action fake. They'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And before the punt, time is going to run out on this first quarter. 6-0 is our score, and we're back to Philadelphia after this. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2 as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10. They'll begin here with Blunt. And nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Again, they'll run it. Again, it Sproles. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing is Wentz. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Holding offense.
So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
Donnie Jones set to punt it away now in his 14th year in the NFL. Jeremy Curley is deep to return for the 49ers. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers that can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. Again, it's Hyde. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. The Niners on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11.
Let's go!
Now Hoyer. And that is incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now LeGarrette Blount gets set to go again on offense. And he's made it easy for us to put together a highlight package. Just wondering what he ate before this one started.
Let's include that in the package, right? Get the gourmet out here, figure it all out, and you're guaranteed he'll do that going forward as well, because with a game like this, you don't want to change things too much. Oh, yeah, you also want to continue to get that great blocking he's received today, too.
Yeah, kudos to the guys up front indeed. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And complete to Zach Ertz. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll run it here with Blunt. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Now Blunt. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's Blunt. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the 1st half.
The Eagles on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, it's Wentz. Aguilar has it. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st. Play action to Sproles. Wentz. And Salek here left side. And he gets it down to the 32. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Second down, 9 yards to go. Now Wentz. And the Niners get there and bring him down. The rookie from Stanford, Solomon Thomas. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
So with the addition of Solomon Thomas, think what the 49ers have done now in their last 3 drafts. Eric Armstead, defensive tackle / end. DeForest Buckner, the same thing, out of the University of Oregon as well. And now Solomon Thomas stayed in the Pac-12 and got 3 big-time players.
And Thomas, Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year a season ago at Stanford. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Here's Wentz to throw. Screen pass to Sproles. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Here's Donnie Jones now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Yet again, Pierre Garçon and company gearing up to take the field. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
Yeah, something to get him the ball. We'll see if they can do it. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Shakes off the but now he's swallowed up and taken down. Now before the 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And McDonald here over the middle. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. The Niners on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. The first carry for the Utah man now. It's Joe Williams. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the first down yardage before he's brought down. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. So it'll be first down here after the run.
Let's go. 3-19.
Back to throw here. Got his target, Pierre Garçon. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's McDonald. Look at the big man rumble. Touchdown, 49ers. Vance McDonald as the first half is winding down. And the Niners, if they can convert the extra point, they'll grab the lead.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And he's got it up and through. 5 plays there on that drive. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. Paul Turner now to full fake. And he'll take this extra yards up to the 27. They start on the ground here with Blunt. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Charles. And welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Both the Eagles and the 49ers haven't figured out yet how they're going to move the ball through the air. The defenses on both sides have kept points off the board, and it will be interesting to see if they can keep that up. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Eagles with the football late in the first. Blunt's got it off the left side here, and he capped off the long drive with the TD. They strike first in the half. Down to late in the first half. Thomas has got the sack here. This ends up as a huge loss in yardage. Still a little time left on the clock. Curry's able to zero in on the QB here. This will go for a loss of 7. Still late in the first half. Hoyer's gonna find his mark and ends up working for a touchdown. They go up by 1. We're set up for a great second half, so let's get you out to it. Here's Brandon Guyton.
All right, thank you, Larry. Plenty of intrigue to come. A 1-point game as we get set for half 2. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now a handoff looking right. And now running right through it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a...
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. He sets to fire deep. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a first down. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, third and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Sproles. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. The Eagles on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now it's Sproles. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the
blitz coming, and down he goes. Timmy Jernigan forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Second down, Hyde. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Sproles, the return. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Wentz now giving to Blunt on the draw. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. The Eagles on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
When DeForest Buckner was at Oregon, for much of his career, the opposite defensive end from him was Eric Armstead. And everyone wondered about these 6'7" guys. Could they get the leverage? Could they get low enough to make plays in the run game? I think the question just got answered with that one. DeForest Buckner knows how to bend and shed blockers and get upfield.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. They'll try to fire up the running game with Hyde. And, oh, a good hit there and knocked down hard right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Garrett Selleck, the tight end, was the target. And that'll make it 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Man open left side. It's Williams. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up 4th.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Now Sproles. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Back out for another drive comes LeGarrette Blount. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half. It gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
Wentz now on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on it a little bit more.
Wentz going to throw. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The Eagles on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here's Curley. Gets around him. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
First down, a run with Hyde. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And an alley to run. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they're going to go for 2. Blunt will get the football. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jordan Hicks coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Here's Hoyer. And his throw is incomplete. Pierre Garçon, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Niners on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Hoyer. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or 2 inside the 45-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. The lead is theirs here in the 3rd quarter, but it's really been the ground game that's been the recipe for success.
You mean the spotlight isn't shining as brightly on the guy throwing it?
No, it's the man behind him that's had a heck of a game.
And that's really okay. That's actually what you're looking for. I mean, your pride tells you, hey, I want to be responsible. I want to throw a bunch of touchdown passes. But when you're able to run the football, typically speaking, your team's doing pretty well. And in this case, they're winning.
We'll see if they have balance on this drive. It's hauled in by Torrey Smith. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 46 yards.
Well, that certainly looked like the Torrey Smith we knew in Baltimore. A guy can just run past defenses, and what do they say? Take the top right off of them.
Game-changing speed, and the days in Baltimore good, days in San Fran not so great, but now hoping to get back to his former self.
I would say they have an extremely motivated wide receiver in Torrey Smith.
And it's 1st and goal now, but still 10 yards to go. Wentz now to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be 2nd and goal when we return. We've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. And they still need 10 yards here to find pay dirt. It's 2nd and goal from the 10. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for 3rd and goal. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. They'll go to Blunt, try and pound it in. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. LeGarrette Blunt punching it in from a yard away. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Caleb Sturgis now for the point after. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends in a touchdown run by LeGarrette Blunt. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Let's go!
Now Hoyer. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Timmy Jernigan in there to drop it for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's complete to Jeremy Curley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Let's go! Green 39!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. This one complete, right side to McDonald. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, Not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Back to throw now on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's McDonald. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Complete here. It's Hyde. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This time they face a 3rd and 2. He'll look to throw. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his 2nd drop, indeed, not a good look. On for the field goal try, Robbie Gould. His career long, 58. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. Now LeGarrette Blount gets set to go again on offense. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Completes it to Aguilar. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a 1st down.
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. About 3 yards there to the 27. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
On second down, here's Wentz. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And now the offense operates in the red zone. They go play action here on first down. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. First and goal at the 3-yard line now. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal.
Oh, there's no doubt that this is a huge defensive series right here. They've got to hold them to a field goal attempt or less. Otherwise, this game just might be out of reach. Let's see if they can hunker down and get it done.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. This is taken in by Jeffrey. He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Alshon Jeffrey from 10 yards out. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Now Sturgis on to add the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. So this drive spans 7 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Carlos Hyde was the target, and it's second down. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
Back to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Niners on third down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. They'll look to throw here. Oh, he stays up. And he's going to go down again. Timmy Jernigan in there to get him again. The 3rd time he sacked him here tonight.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, standing just about on his own goal line. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. It's taken to the 26. Another nice move. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Carson Wentz and the Eagles make their way out to the field. And after a rough start, as we take a peek at the numbers, he's going in the right direction now.
So often when you see a game start the way we saw this one start for him, you just wonder if he's got a chance to bring it back at all. And that's exactly what he's done. Love seeing that happen simply because you know a guy has struggled, and now he's found a way to make things better. That's pretty good stuff right there.
And to give this time to the tailback. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
A good solid run there as we head towards the home stretch of this game.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
Here is the punter Jones as he gets this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Draw play as Hoyer gives to Hyde. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And welcome back. The offensive unit, they took the timeout. And now they get set to line up as we resume action. The Niners on 3rd down. Not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This is 3rd and 14. Looking to throw. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete. Jeremy Curley, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This will be 3rd and 19.
Let's go! 3-19!
They'll drop to throw. And he finds McDonald. Touchdown, 49ers. Vance McDonald, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the 49ers get a score closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Now Gold for the extra point. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to fish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.
First of all, I just want to say 49ers are underachieved. the the oh,